coast. We grab our commander and just give him everyone, and we'll take a look, and nah, this is a better target. We fight the lords guarding Hazel Keep, tossing our javelins before engaging in melee combat. We quickly lose many men, but with a bit of luck, we land a killing blow and take the town. My men know that many of them will die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Now we use this as an opportunity to keep exploring. We see a farm and are able to overrun the locals, we'll peek south, and the only way through is over these mountains. So, up and over. We'll head north and see a Bakemono army. They would be annoying to fight, so let's just let them walk past and we can all ignore each other. We keep moving till we find an iron bog, investigate, and we find that there's the Bakemono lair right next to it. We can wait for winter to pass and now we're ready. We let their army go, but this space is too valuable to ignore. We start the battle and we're taking fire from their archers. Luckily, our shields protect us from most of the incoming damage as we break down the front gates and move into melee range. It becomes a bit of a meat grinder, but we're killing enough of them to make progress into the stronghold and finish off the remaining defenders. With them dead, we can now take their resources and fund the growth of our armies. We have some Bakemono helping out with our next battle as we attack this fort. We trade shots with their archers as our infantry approach the gates. We're picking the archers off, but breaking the gates is a slow process. Eventually they'll just open it for us so we can walk on in and kill them all. With that done, we can now move west and to keep exploring. Meanwhile, back at home, these Krakens have taken over a town. Guess it's time for the senator to get his hands dirty. We have our ballista fire on the Kraken and the gates, but they summon an air elemental. These bloody squids have a genie lamp and now it's coming for us. Luckily, we outnumber them massively and are able to kill them, then yoink the lamp. We also see a reveler available who looks fun enough to hire, and he can help lead my army if needed. It's good work while our other army is just wandering about until they find a tower bridge. Now the land here looks well defended, so let's take it for ourselves. We move in and see that they've got some archers but almost no infantry. We were lucky to just smash down the gate with ease, and now we can overrun them and take the bridge. Now let's see what we can find here. Oh, that's terrifying. The cultists have been busy, but they won't mess with us yet. We can use this time to yoink a mine, and oh, that's an actual army, but I guess they're kinda shy. Now I'm expecting a war, so I'll take this town to help fund it. We've added some more ballista which fire on the defenders, and we get several kills, putting us in a great position to attack. We summon our air elemental who picks off more of them with lightning before we can finish them off, which is little more than a mercy killing. That went so damn well that we're going to attack a nearby tower, but then the cultists decide to attack our bridge. Now the tower guards had a ballista of their own, but our 4 meant that we got far more value from it. That, plus our air elemental, would give us easy access to the tower, letting us rush in and finish them off. We then see the high cultists show up and just wreck shit, killing the few guards I had looking after the bridge. Well, I can at least have my main army flee. While they try and track us down, I can even get this little army up north to explore. As we flee the cult, I find this fort. It is poorly guarded and it looks like an easy win. We run straight in and clear the archers from the bottom wall. Now they still have some archers at the top shooting us, but once we break the gates down, we go in and they are quickly overrun by our men. North, we trek through the snow and I see there's already another faction nearby. We'll go down and see if they collect mushrooms. Ooh, trolls. Their army isn't too scary, but I'd rather run around and rob them. Ooh, there's the base, and it looks almost completely undefended. I'd be stupid not to attack. Please don't have a massive army hidden. The battle begins, and thankfully it's only a moderately sized army that was hidden. Now, we have no front line, so losses are expected, but we shoot straight through most of the goblins and the ogre wasn't that much trouble. We clean up pretty well and soon it's just us and the tree. And the tree is gonna fail to reach us given that it's just a plant. So we get to fire arrows into it until it finally drops dead. A process which took a long time to complete, as we just barely dealt any damage for each round. Unfortunately, the troll faction is still alive, so we're just gonna have to go around stealing shit. I guess we no longer care about the cultists, and instead we're just gonna go for more money. This time we siege a desert palace and we do pretty fine. We once more kind of struggle to open up these gates, but with our shields helping us survive the ranged attacks, it gave an opportunity for our serpent acolyte to inflict a lethal dose of poison into these defenders, letting them die slowly as we crack open their walls. We eventually get in, and while our men are hurting, they are also victorious. Yeah, we're doing well, so we'll send our senator out east and we spot more cultists. Now we don't want that fight, so instead we can walk straight into an ambush. Looks like the trolls have mushrooms and zombie dogs, but we can handle it. Now I want to get rid of the trolls for good, so we'll start our attack. The archers do a fine job picking off goblins while our front line meets the ogres head on. Our superior durability keeps us safe as well as cull our enemies to finish off this force, but their faction still lives. Our senator will hit the west coast and find a Hobberg base. They appear to have a decently sized army, even if most of it's just woodland critters. Meanwhile, we just gotta keep hiring new units to keep up as Elysium is ravaged by war. Our senator will flee the cult and we run into another troll ambush. Luckily this didn't amount to much, but with the old troll appearing, I'm now a little afraid. I guess it's time for another ambush, and this time the old troll jumps me for real. This time they had a ton of mushrooms to poison my men and a tree to waste their time. But we were lucky our air elemental was there to help with damage, but we are not looking good. And we're about to look a whole lot worse after this. The old troll summons toads to attack us from behind as our front line quickly crumbles. We deal with some of the goblins, but their stronger units are just hard to kill. Eventually we lose our air elemental along with our lives. But it's okay. I have a plan. I have prepared this army for sieging, and we can attack this town as a test run. We have a ton of ballista and even a catapult. Now, this won't be super effective when attacking troll forests, but our target isn't the trolls. No. Instead, we're raiding the Capitolium. Round after round, our ballista fire into their walls, and this helps us clear out a lot of their defenders. And we even land some lucky shots on their ballista, emperor, and bishop. This weakens them massively before all hell breaks loose. We get to melee combat, but we have a very small number of frontline troops, as most of the army is aiming just to shoot them from range. Luckily, the strategy appears to be working out, as we can deal enough damage to kill them before our archers are put at any sort of risk. With that, we can claim the capital. And more good news, I guess, the high cultists are dead. Yay! Let's just hope the trolls follow suit. We start shooting, but they don't seem too phased. We get to melee range, but we just crumble under them. We can keep shooting, but their toughness and regen just guaranteed them an easy victory. And with the fall of this army, we have lost all control of the north. We just need to sit still and watch as they take everything. Still, we get to hire a new senator as we wait in the capital until we can finally do it. With 600 gold, we can afford to hold a coronation and become the emperor. And just like that, Elysium is ours. Legally. In practice, we still need to get rid of all these damn trolls. We've been building up an army to take back the desert palace, but they all drowned. Well, I can at least build a statue of myself which will keep us nice and secure in the capital. I then have another army to go ahead, and this time they can successfully take the fort since it wasn't guarded. And then we get attacked. And we have no shot here, damn. We are just being slaughtered. Serves us for trying to do anything. I just kind of want to stop and check how bad is it going, and yeah, that's pretty bad. Still, we have some more tricks. We can hire this Rentara here and instantly get married to make her the empress, so we can begin with our new plan. If these trolls refuse to follow us as an emperor, we will force them to worship us as gods. We leave the capital for the long road ahead. It's a tough journey, as practically every forest is filled with trolls, hostile plants, and the undead, looking to slow our progress to a crawl. But eventually, we get near our goal, and we can attack this fort to use as a base. We begin the siege and all looks fine. While they do have a large number of units, they lack anything strong enough to actually give us trouble, so our ballista are free to just pick off whatever. Then one of our soldiers move in so we can quickly begin the slaughter, cutting down these pathetic goblins. If only their other armies were as weak as this, we would be in a much better spot right now. Speaking of other armies, they find our base. They'll attack our small force in the tower, and we had no hopes of holding on. Those who didn't get splattered by the boulders were either beaten to death or waterboarded. Unfortunate for them, as they won't live to see our ascension. You see, right next to this port is a temple, and this is where we shall become divine. We are the God Emperor of Elysium, and all will fall under our rule. This was our secret weapon. Now we can walk headfirst into the troll pit. This appears to be an easy fight, so after giving a few buffs to our men, we were able to rush the trolls' forces, cutting them down with ease as we make our way through their ranks. We take almost no losses and take control of the pit. We now attack their fort, and it still looks like a weak army. They do have a real troll, but it's not enough for us to worry. Once our siege equipment is done firing, the true slaughter begins as we kill every goblin and ogre here. We even domed the troll with a ballista shot, and we got to clear up. We keep hunting for commanders, so we'll try and kill them, and this one is a forest troll, but again, the army is mostly made up of weak goblins. Our God Emperor sets them on fire, and we curb stomp them once more. These goblins they have serve as little more than fodder, and the wizards in the backline are capable, but not anywhere near the level of a god such as ourselves. Next we fight this town, and the trolls decide to fight me. Our siege is simple as we blast a stalker with a ballista, but now we have to go on the defensive. Now this is a huge army we're gonna have to deal with. It looks scary. The Lindholm are spreading a poison mist as our ballista fire shot after shot into them. Next to them are the massive Orm, which we'll also need to deal with. After that is just a line of trolls and then a ton of fodder, but we need to actually get to them first. Luckily, these massive targets are perfect for our ballista as we eventually start picking them off. They lost a lot of their power before they even took a step forward, so we can now start stacking buffs for our men to get ready for the oncoming clash. But we get struck with poison. What's more, we also see that this army has our lamp and summons the air elemental against us. Luckily, we were doing pretty well having cleared out their front lines as our god blasts everyone on the battlefield. But that makes for a lot of friendly fire, and he does it again. He's setting fire to everyone. People are dying and he just keeps doing it. There's only a handful of survivors on both sides, and we're going back to more targeted kills. It's good and we're getting rid of the remaining troll forces, but it's not that simple. Their shaman is going to be able to put us to sleep for a while, and it just wastes a fair bit of time. It's a rough battle, but we do eventually win. Now, if I knew that's how this was going to go, I would have planned it very differently. We can see our enemies only got 2 kills. 2. We had 75 losses. Our God Emperor has killed so many of his subjects, and genuinely, we are just so damn lucky that the actual Empress survived that. Still, it's time for us to head back to the port near the temple, but our God Emperor just wants to keep setting people on fire like a maniac, killing the Empress. We were gonna try and make her a god too, but I guess we don't get to try that now. To make it worse, since we're a god and not an emperor, we can't even remarry. Instead, we fight solo, but I noticed another worrying fact. We set ourselves on fire a lot, and it hurts. If we get unlucky, we could have our god burn himself down. But it's not like that would actually happen, right? We walk into an ambush, trying to get back to the capital. We're surrounded by plants, and so we set everything on fire, including ourselves, and burn to death. It's left to our elemental to fight on for a dead faction, as we are eliminated. From our death we can see the truth. Elysium is for the trolls. Well, that didn't quite go as expected, but it was fun as hell. We were on the back foot for almost that entire match, but we just couldn't catch a break. Still, if you want to see more, sub to the channel. I'll see you all next time, and have a good one.